One of the most historic and shameful eras in human history is in the news again. Pope Leo and the Vatican have decided to bring it into the light, seemingly out of the blue, to ask for forgiveness, while Donald Trump and the US government are engaging in renewed efforts to bury it. The wound is slavery. Pope Leo recently apologized for the church's role in legitimizing slavery. And around the same time, Roman church leaders in Peru apologized for harm done to indigenous people through land disposition. Now, none of that erases the harm. An apology does not undo slavery. An apology does not give land back. An apology does not magically repair generations of trauma. But here's what it does do. It tells the truth. And repentance begins when truth becomes stronger than pride. Now compare that to what is happening here in the United States. Donald Trump signed an executive order pushing federal museums, parks, and historic sites toward a more uplifting version of American history. And under that vision, materials and exhibits dealing with slavery, racial injustice, and with parts of our history that make people uncomfortable have been challenged, revised, removed, or restored only after public outcry. So let's be clear. One path says, make the wound less visible. The other says, we have sinned. We ask for forgiveness. And this is where Christians need to be very careful, because there are two ways to get this wrong. We can use forgiveness to avoid accountability, or we can use accountability to avoid mercy. But the gospel calls us to something harder than both. Truth, repentance, repair, mercy, restoration. Jesus did not come to help the powerful manage their image. He came to bring sin into the light so healing could begin. So if Americans are being shown two paths for public Christianity, the question is not complicated. Which one looks more like what Jesus would want from us? The path that hides the wounds of the past, or the path that brings it into the light and asks for mercy? The question is not whether we have clean hands. The question is whether we are humble enough to allow Christ to wash our feet. Because repentance is not weakness. Repentance is what faith looks like when it finally becomes honest. And if you are trying to hold on to faith without pretending away the harm, I wrote a free ebook based on everyone's responses to my videos. It's called When Everything Feels Like Too Much. It's a free gift to you, and you can grab it at the link in my bio.